Yeah, it's a bit difficult to get this all in and stands back in the kitchen. But this radio here is called a bread box radio. It's a gecophone Victor 3. And they made a very similar model to this in Germany, which was called the Arclight. And as you see, it's difficult here because I just can't stand back far enough. But there wasn't really anywhere else to put this thing, because the front room is very dark, and I just wouldn't be able to do this video. So hang on a minute, I'm just going to try and move the horn a little minute. What I'm trying to do is give me a little bit more room. Oh, here we go, it's all gone out of focus. It's gone out of focus. Yeah, it's all gone back in now. So this horn is a BTH radio horn. And that's the radio. Below the speaker is a power supply because this set is a battery valve radio. So I'm just going to go over to the set itself. It has two protractor dials. Let's turn it down. It has two protractor dials, 3 bands from 200 to 2,000 meters, so it's got quite a range. And you move that little switch at the bottom to the band. That is the aerial tune, that is the reaction, because it's TRF. That's the lid because it's a battery set, so it tells you how to connect the batteries. Inside, and you can see the two tuning caps, the 3 valves, which are 210 HLs, 2 of them, and a 220p. At the moment I'm using a PM2 LF because the output valve is to Stardust that I've got. The numbers have worn off on the dials a little bit because they're just painted on. The case itself is made of metal. There's a couple of little chips that's going to be touched in. There's quite a few scratches on the top lid, so I'm just going to do the top bit. I'm not doing the rest because the rest is original, just this top surface. I want it as original as I can, and then I'll polish it and slightly put a light stroke of wire wool to age it. And that is the main switch. That's where you plug the speaker in. On the back you've got a tail where you plug the power in. So what you see, it's very easy to go into oscillation with this. Being TRF, you have to control the oscillation to control the volume, and that can cause problems with it squealing, so it's a bit of a skill. So there you are. As you see, I got a job to get it all in without getting the bloody fire blanket thing in. And the horn speaker itself, basically all that is an earphone in the bottom of it. It's an earphone screw-in element. It's moving iron, it's just magnetic with an iron plate. Underneath there's a knob, which is a tune knob for tone. You have to set that power supply to run 2-volt heaters. It's running about 100 volts by 40 volts for the tuning valve. I've got the grid bias set at 0 because I haven't got a battery. So what I've done is I joined the grid bias to the negative, and that gives 0 grid bias. It's probably -2, I think, if you do that. Yeah, it'd be -2 from there. So the volume is better. Before I just didn't connect that wire and it wasn't particularly loud. But it sounds and works better and it's more stable that way. Anyway, I'll say goodbye everybody, and I hope that that you enjoy this video, or as I call it, video.